Hey, how you feeling? John Riggs here with this. This is the A8 Retro Arcade Game Console Gaming Machine, because they're looking for every source of SEO when they are typing in this little mini arcade here. This is from the good people at TomTop. TomTop did reach out to me asking if I would like to review this do a video on this for the channel, and I agreed. So you can find yours, a link in the description below. I wanted to just show you overall what it looks like, how it operates. I wanted to do it in real time as well. If you're wondering about the size comparison, I got the Neo Geo Classic right here, the Neo Geo Mini. And at first I thought it was going to be about the same size, but as you can see, the Retro Arcade's a little bit thicker compared to the Neo Geo, a little bit more slender. So, just something to keep in mind, I suppose. We'll look around the sides here. All right. We got the volume control. The volume control is the volume knob. Nothing on the other side. And then in the back we have two USBs. They have the out to the TV or to your headphones. Then we have your memory card. This is for a mini SD, or micro SD rather. And then you have a mini USB. This is your power, and you have the on-off switch. No rechargeable battery, so to play it, you do have to keep it plugged in. So I got my plug-in right here. It comes with two controllers. So this device here actually comes with two of these. They're both USB. I'll pop one in here. Give it the old power in the back here. I'll power it on. And let's just see and go through some of the menu options and see what's available here. Please notice my beautiful set as we continue on this video. Alright, so I'm going to play this primarily through the handheld here. Right off the top you have some, I guess, more prominent games here. You have Dinosaurs. This is Dinosaurs and Cadillacs. Captain Commando, Punisher, Area 88. That is your, Area 88 is your UN Squadron. Street Fight 2. I don't need to tell you what that is. You know, just a few other selections here. These are from the arcade area, but then you have like F-Zero. You have games like Sonic 1, Gunstar Heroes, and more. And then a few other options down here too. You can load up songs, MP3s. You can load up photos if you'd like. And we'll look into the folders here in a moment. But we're going to fire up one of these just for the sake of checking it out for a moment. Sonic the Hedgehog. You can tell the screen is widened, right? All right, so we're going to do a Green Hill Zone. That was the demo thing. Come on now. I have the sound turned down on this video. I do want to turn up this, so you can see how it works. And I find the good in everything. That's why I wanted to show you in real time, because even though I might say, oh, this is really neat, you might say, nah, I don't know. I think the controls, and if you look at these controls too, it's hard to tell with this thing, especially when it's plugged in. I'll try to put it over here. I mean, it's pretty good. This is standard emulation for as far as this goes. I'm going to turn up the sound here a little bit. The sound gets really loud really quickly here. You hear that? Now, it's only coming out of one channel, so that's something else to keep in mind. It has that the little clickety to it. I'm going to back up here. Quit. There we go. I want to check out a bunch of other games too, because there's Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, MAME, Game Boy, and more too. But can it do Mode 7? Well, we're gonna find out. All right, come on now. So that's what F-Zero looks like. And especially if you're watching this in 60 frames, you can tell it's definitely not running as smooth as it should for Super Nintendo or Super Famicom. That's not to say that not all Super Nintendo, Super Famicom games will look like this. But F-Zero, it was interesting to see F-Zero showcased so prominently on the front menu when it looks like that. But you know, there's other options to choose from as well. You can go into the folder here. I'll go to the previous directory. You know what? Here, let's go to the games. There's simulation, there's transplant games, and transplant game, I was like, what? Well, I'll show you that here in a moment. But simulation games, this is like emulated games. I don't know why it says simulation, it should just say emulated, but that's fine. Arcade, Game Boy Advance, got the Super Famicom, Mega Drive, which is your Genesis, that's Famicom, which is your Nintendo, Game Boy Color, and then your classic Game Boy here. When you go to the arcade, that's when you have a lot more too. More games to choose from. Let's take a game like, you know what, let's take a game like Street Fighter Alpha 3. You'd figure a game like this would be pretty powerful to play, right? At least you need a little bit of something anyway. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot together. What I was going to mention with the sound, too, is that it sounds like it's coming out of one channel. I was playing Streets of Rage 2, and it sounded like it was missing a channel. And turns out it was. When I plugged in my headphones, I could hear both sides just fine. But instead of it just being both channels coming through mono, it just sounded like it was like just the left channel or just the right channel. Alright, so am I... Oh, that's right, I have to hit the select button to insert coin. That's right, it's not just a game, it's an arcade game. And you can see, you know what, this isn't all that bad. I'll try, just for the sake of ease. I'll be honest with you, I'm actually not too familiar with this game, but if it plays like all the other Street Fighter games, I think I'll do alright. And here we go. Nope. And the controller isn't mapped properly for this game. Like where it should be like a strong punch is a strong kick. My strong punch is right here. So that's one of the punches. I'm not sure if it's the strong one or not, but you know, this looks pretty good, and it actually handles decently. The sound, again, not as well as it could. I hit start and select at the same time to pull up this menu. But if you're not going to play it for sound anyway, you know, maybe it'll be alright. I'll try one more. You know, we have like, you know, Willow, for instance, one of my favorite arcade games. We had this at the corner store gas station. Played as often as I could. I wish we had this version, a console. Like the console one should have been this one. No exporting. Come on now. Yeah. The sound has much to be desired. But when it comes to MAME, something like this, not so bad. Alright, let's see what else we have. Going to back up to the previous menu. Games like Game Boy Advance. Now, when you look at Game Boy Advance, too, this is when it starts getting like, okay, this game comes equipped with 783 Game Boy Advance games. Right? And I could show them to you. I mean, it's... yeah. The Amazing Mirror. My favorite Kirby game of all Kirby games. This is the Metroidvania one. It plays like it should, you know, for an emulated Game Boy Advance game. Back up. Go to Super Famicom. There'd be a few of those. 496 Super Famicom games. So this thing is super loaded with all kinds of fun stuff. Mega Drive. What are we looking at for the Sega Genesis here? Only 622. My goodness. Some of your favorites are probably in here too. Maybe some imports that never came out here. Famicom, Nintendo. 679. Sanrio Carnival. Got the Hello Kitty games, Doraemon. Ton of stuff. Even Game Boy Color. 166, including WWF Betrayal. WWF Betrayal. That is the Way Forward beat 'em up that they made. And then you have 207 Game Boy games. Donkey Kong for Game Boy. One of my favorite Donkey Kong games. Actually, it might be one of my favorite video games ever made. Just going through the list here. Sure, got Link's Awakening. Of course, you got to remember with this, but actually, you know, looks pretty decent. You got to deal with the sound. It does sound better with headphones, so it also just might be the processing of whatever the sound speaker is coming out of this thing. Whatever the speaker this is, that may be the issue. Because when I put on headphones, I can still kind of hear it, kind of, but not nearly as bad. I'm hitting the wrong button every time here. All right, and then this is the, I did put in a memory card, the micro SD card, and you'll find it in here. I would, but it's not pulling up on this one. Well, while I'm here, let me show you transplant games. This is written in Chinese. However, when you find the DGE file, those are some extra games they added in here. As like a bonus. As a little like, hey, here you go. Something fun for you. This one's taking a little bit longer to load than necessary. I did check out a few of these, and it was cool to see, like, Wolfenstein. Now with this one, I couldn't get it to work on the keyboard. I actually did have to use the joystick that it came with. But, you know, it's Wolfenstein. Who's shooting at me? Look at this, isn't that crazy? I'm kind of surprised to see Wolfenstein on here. All right, I'll back up. And then this is your folder that can just pull up everything, including your SD card. I tried a TurboGrafx 16 game, didn't work. I had a couple of zipped up MAME ROMs, those didn't work. And then I had even a homebrew. This is coming out soon, Kickstarter available now. I did a review on this recently. And it plays like it should, you know, which is kind of cool to see. And just because I could, I also threw in a one of my game hacks that I was working on. And that works just fine too. So pretty interesting to see. Again, this is called the A8 Retro Arcade Game Console Gaming Machine, and it's available right now. This is in thanks to TomTop, who sent this to me for review on the channel. If you're interested in your own, they go for less than $70, preloaded with everything. The link is in the description, and thanks for watching. I think it's neat to have just kind of laying around. My kids love it. My kids like having something like this, and I like the fact that my kids have something like this, where I'm just like, here, you play with this, and keep your fudge covered fingers off of my off of my legit carts and discs and stuff like that. So pretty neat to have. And if you have more questions, you can always check out a link. And here we go. And always more videos are coming up too. So if you see anything other weird, like bootleg systems, or you're just like, man, this thing is the weirdest thing ever, let me know in the comments, because I want to check it out, and maybe I'll do a video on it later on in the future. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya.